new day to start a new way, and everything is all about creating. We are live today to give you the hottest topics about the world of art. In this episode, we are going to show you the live footage of our country's most awaited art exhibit of the Jasper Pukita Art Center. It will be presented by the man himself, Mr. Kent Jasper Pukita. We have field reporters waiting on the scene. Let's call on Ms. Ruchen Saki. Ruchen, are you there?
Yes, Salisa, we are here today in this grand exhibit to show you the work of our famous artist and his masterpieces. Joining me today is the owner of this grand exhibit, Maestro Ken, to explain to us the meaning of each artwork. Hello, Maestro.
Hello. Yes, today I'm going to show you some of the finest artwork we have here that even babies can understand.
Whoa, so these artworks are truly understandable. I'm quite excited to see it.
Yes. First, I will show you this drawing named Hummingbird.
Hummingbird?
Drawing are usually the first step in producing 2D artwork. They can be created using different drawing media like graphite, pencil, charcoal, crayon, pastel, and chalk, or even wet media like pen and ink and brushes with watercolor. For this piece, I use graphite pencil.
Oh, so you mean that as hummingbird, because it's literally a bird which is humming, so drawings are the first step to produce 2D artwork, but some can be considered as finished artwork. Is that right?
Yes, that is true.
Oh, great. So you mentioned that you used graphite pencil a while ago, so can you elaborate that, please?
So I have some pencils here. So pencils are capable on making different kinds of lines and tones, which are degree of light and shadow depending on three factors. The three factor is the sharpness of the point and how much pressure you applied in the angle and how pencil is held.
Oh, so very remarkable. May I ask what other materials you use for your artwork?
The other materials that we use are sketch pad, eraser, pencil sharpener, we have two here, ruler, charcoal, and spray fixation, and portfolio.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Pukita. May you show us one more piece of your fine collection?
It's my pleasure to show you my artwork. So there are different kinds of artwork like life drawing, emotive drawing, sketching, and perspective drawing. I'm going to show you next is a sketching, which is titled name is The Courageous Kitten. I made this using charcoal pencil. I use compressed charcoal for this piece because the black that are sold is much darker than vine charcoal. I also advise people to use kneaded eraser, so when they erase the piece, it leaves dark spots.
Oh, nice.
Aside from erasing, it can also make dark area with charcoal lighter. You can find more detailed explanation and tips in my blog, PukitaArts.com.
Oh, PukitaArts.com. Thank you for the information that you have provided us, Mr. Pukita. So everyone, if you wish to find more information about the drawings, Mr. Pukita is here to back you up with his blog, PukitaArts.com. Back to you, Alisa.
Yes, Ruchen, may I ask, shading is common in drawing, right? So, are there any techniques to shading?
Oh, yes, Alisa, Mr. Pukita told me as he talked about his first drawing. All of the shading techniques can be applied using a graphite pencil. There are 4 standing techniques. First is hatching, which is accomplished drawing thin lines that run in the same direction. Second is cross-hatching, which is accomplished by crisscrossing lines. Third is blending, which is changing the value little by little. And fourth, steeping, using dot patterns to create dark values.
Thank you, Richen. I have another question. So you have told us about the different kinds of drawing. Then, what are the stages of drawing?
Yes, there are 5 stages of drawing. The first stage is to look. Study the image that is about to be drawn. Second, transfer the information. Arrange the elements and composition. Third, black in the background. Add a third dimension by focusing on the shapes of the shadows and cast shadows. Fourth, add a third dimension with volume. Give each object a 3D quality. And lastly, finish your drawing.
Thank you for that, Richen. Viewers, we will be back with you after a short break.
Oh, tingin mo dyan. Gusto mo? Lo, asa ka? Kamusta nga? Erika. Ito ba yung gusto mo? Acrylic water-based paint. Ito lang gamit ko. Erika. Best gamit ko sa paint mo. Nagdorada ka. Ma'am, sir. Long lasting po ito. Mainam po itong gamitin na 50 pesos lang to. Oh, totoo nga po. Oh, salamat, ma'am, sir.
Good day, and we are back to bring you more about this topic. Richen, are you still there?
Yes, Sheila, I am back here with my Estro Poquita. Sir, we have tackled 2 types of drawings. What type of artwork will you show us next?
This time I'm going to show you my finest painting. Painting is an artwork that began many years ago. You know, the earliest painting recorded were found on walls of the caves in Silius. It is my honor and privilege to uphold such a beautiful artistry. Now here is the painting I call Omniscient Nature. I paint this using oil-based paint. Although some very fine kind paint aside from oil-based paint are water-soluble paint like watercolor and tempera, or other acrylic paint like professional acrylic, student acrylic, and scholarship acrylic. They are great materials as well.
Whoa! You have mentioned the techniques in shading for drawing earlier, sir. Are there techniques for painting as well?
Yes, actually there is. I will tell you about the basic technique for painting with oil. First, there are a few materials you need to have. There are oil, paint, solvent. You have to use torpenoid, regular art, gamso, brushes, a palette, and a palette knife, a canvas, a pencil, and a easel or something to support the painting, and lastly, space. You would need at least 8 by 8 space with a good lighting, ventilation, cleanable floor, and tabletops. You will need rags and jars to clean the brushes as well. After gathering the materials, there are 8 basic steps to follow. First, start with a simple sketch, like you need to do some sketching before you add the paints. Just rough idea to show you what the art look. Second, plan your design, like you start with the paint here or start with the background first. And use hard pencil when drawing. Third, find the light source. To make the painting realistic, patches of light and dark area will be added to the realism of composition. And fourth, Look closely to the composure and consider the actual color begin to use. So, example, trees. So, what's the color of tree? Green, right?
Yeah.
So, you need to use green. So, fifth, work and layers. So, color should be appeal with a mixture of paint and solvent. So, you need to do some mixing to more like it's realistic.
Oh.
So 6 is check your movement of your object. Attention to the movement is important as it can be expressed by the brush stroke. So you need to be careful with the brush.
So like this, it's
Yeah.
like something that is easy.
You need to control it.
Yeah.
So 7 is determine what painting technique to use. There's so many kinds of painting techniques, like putting layers upward or putting layers downward,
Yeah.
or
I
like
see.
thin or thick method. So that is more like you need to clean
Thin
this
or
part and thick that part.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
nice.
So
Great idea.
it takes 3 days for the layering of paint to dry. So
3 days.
So, since you make layering, so in the first day you need to do some darker color or lighter color to mix it well when you finish the painting.
Oh. What is the last part or last stage? The 8. You mentioned 7, right?
That's the last one. Like it takes 3 days for the layer to.
Oh, the last one is it takes 3 days. Oh, nice. Wow, I'm impressed by these beautiful drawings. It somewhat gives you the inspiration to create your own art. So here we are, Fox. Some of the finest artworks have now been explained to us for us to understand better. Thank you very much for your time, Maestro. Back to you, Alisa.
Thank you so much, Chen. Now, viewers, you have learned about those artworks. It is your turn to apply them and create your own masterpiece. Again, for more information and inquiries, please visit PoquitoArts.com for Magic Hand's advice. I am Eliza Shella Razan, signing off.
I have the best time that I've ever found, painting a picture, mixing the colors and slushing them round, painting a picture. When my brush fills up that big paper sheet, I couldn't care less about dumb things like sleep. When someone shouts dinner, well, who wants to eat? I'm painting a picture, mixing and dipping and putting it there, painting a picture.